Hello and welcome back to Trading Fire. I'm your host, Alex Trader, and today we've got a great show lined up, including a very special guest. Kicking us off will be a look into what exactly is going on at performing arts schools. For that, I welcome on Beth Haidet. Beth, thanks for coming on. Could you start off by just giving some perspective into what a performing arts high school is?
So Performing Arts High School is a school with strictly 4 clusters. So we had at my Performing Arts High School dance, visual, music, and theater. So we would do our normal classes and then we would break off into our different clusters. And so I was a dancer, so I would do dance, and then other people would go and do music and theater and all the others.
So how does one end up at a performing arts high school?
So for my situation, my sister went there, so I kind of followed in her footsteps. I danced at a dance studio my whole life, and so people from my dance studio ended up going to the performing arts, and so that's how everyone started finding out about it. And then my school was very prestigious, so a lot of people from my school went to Juilliard, so it was on the news. So that's how my family kind of like found it. And so you have to audition to get in. So you audition and then you wait to hear if you get in, and then if you get in, you go. You
touched on it a little bit. Could you take us through, what a normal day looks like for you?
So a normal day for me is at my school we had A and B days. So for dancers, we focused on ballet and modern. So on A days I'd have ballet, and on B days I'd have modern. So I would go to my normal classes, and then after lunch I'd get ready for my dance classes and then go to ballet or modern. And then we had different like special dance classes like tap or whatever specialties you wanted to touch on.
Were there any stereotypical high school things that you missed out on that you wish you could have done?
So we didn't have homecoming. We had prom, no homecoming. We also did not have any sports. So I did not have Friday Night Lights or football or basketball or anything. I didn't really miss out on it because we would have rehearsals after school. So my social hour would be in rehearsals. But I do wish that I had football and stuff, but I wouldn't trade it.
Compared to people with a normal high school experience, how prepared were you for the next phase of your life?
I was a little bit prepared. I knew that since I went to not a normal school, I went to go to a normal big university. So that's why I chose coming here, because I knew I would get that normal life in that university that I missed out in high school. But I was a little bit prepared because you see it in the movies and stuff. And some of my friends went to normal high schools, so.
For you mentioned you went to a big university. What are some of the other options people go into from a performing arts high school?
Most of my friends went to conservatories or art colleges, or a lot of my friends, not a lot, but a few of my friends went to Juilliard and NYU and universities like that.
Anything we may not have touched on that you want to let people know about?
I think going to performing arts high school shaped me because everyone was super welcoming and not judgmental at all. And so going to that school versus a normal high school, I think it made me who I was.
All right, thank you. A huge thank you again to Beth Haidet for coming on the show to talk about performing arts high schools. Coming out of the break, we've got my thoughts on a chaotic Week 4 college football slate and more, so stay with us. I'm Alex Trader, and you're listening to Trading Fire.